recording this while that stops. Some people, have 3.5 hours, tell you like you're leaving on a certain date, and then they talk for 3 hours in live streams. I mean, so like, I'm not talking politics or sex or, or I don't talk about politics, religions, or sex. So like, I mean, pardon me, but this is the problem. This is what I started. The very first video I started a few minutes ago was to say this, like this would be it ain't just a constant coding. Like even lately, like one of my texts was, this is the most evolved, the Earth biosphere or enclosed biosphere. One of them, I can't remember, but it's definitely biosphere, and it's not enclosed biosphere because she knew my stance with like this not being a globe. Yet on Facebook, she had all this space stuff and globe stuff, and I was like, I thought she understood, and like she had was that like a facade she had to project on Facebook to hide her true identity, which like or the true identity she was mimicking. I don't know, because I don't really matter. Just like, but this how bad this becomes a problem with perpetual decoding. I says this is the most evolved the Earth or enclosed biosphere has ever been, and she texts back, I agree. Which one does she agree with? The most evolved, or I'm saying there's no open ended, and she knows I'm not going to text back, not about embarrassment, just that's like kind of silly conversational style to text back. Well, she knew I wasn't going to do that, so it's just left open ended. But there was never, but she had this obsession with saying we're underwater, and that would either mean, and that was either predictive, like this place is underwater, like that's a prediction, or she knows that water's above, water's below. But nothing else in her was, the rest of her was CGI solar system. That was always something like that's especially that personality around her handler. But even around me, she was still CGI solar system, no matter which of those personalities most of the time. But she would get, especially when the time would stop, kind of deal. It's like she would keep reminding this places, and it wouldn't. You mean this area? I didn't want to. Time had stopped. I didn't want to believe. I didn't ruin the moment. And it's like it's just like a love and time had stopped. It was, but it was kind of that was part of it. It was like, oh, I think I love her. She's special, and she is, and there's no way she's not, and all that. But it was it's like it didn't fit to interrupt time and stop with like investigating and overanalyzing. So, but that was when time would stop. That's something she said it so often, and I never got to. And it's only two implications. That's predictive, like this place is underwater. Or this specific place is going to be underwater, and there's a map about that whole area. The government map that the Gulf, the port at New Orleans is going to extend all the way up to Memphis. That's a proposed map I can't find anymore. Way back, like 2010, 2011, 2012ish or something, maybe a year or two after that. The Gulf of Mexico is going to extend quite wide, almost from almost the whole northern width of Mississippi, almost not quite into Alabama, but it's gonna have a big opening, like the whole area around Memphis is gonna open up, and the Gulf is gonna come up there, and it's gonna kind of bubble up, have a good round spot right there at Memphis. I don't know what that means. I know if she's talking about something like that. That would include the Tunica area, definitely. Tunica, Mississippi area, Sugar Ditch. Says the military kept it that way for a reason. It was flat. Military likes flat land for some reason. You didn't see much, but a lot of extra military activity necessarily, but I'm just saying I don't know what the whole experience was like. A different, that's why I got caught up in it. It's like what's going on. It was like so different. At least it wasn't agreeing with the system, even though like there's too much fighting for your right to do a drug. From them, from a guy that would smoke weed all day, but not step a foot towards a pot rally. It was like, no, that's not relevant, dude. Ain't go wait. It's not. No. You smoke your weed. You don't go fucking defend your right to smoke it. And there's other things to be concerned about. Everyone, I'm saying that not a chance in hell, not for 1 second. I ain't gonna take. So, I don't know. That was just the same. She can't was that predictive? That would come into the alien part. Make her seem more like an alien, or was that she knew the realm? Was that her admitting? No, I know it's not CGI. And was that admitting to the firmament and water's above, water's below? It's like, again, anytime I get evidence of a globe, like, why would I roll with it? That was the assumption. I cannot find any evidence whatsoever. I mean, the thing is, I didn't look hard for the evidence of the flat Earth. I looked hard for the evidence of the globe. And I can't find any, not a stitch of evidence for the globe, not one stitch of evidence for the globe. So anyone don't realize, like, there is no current available evidence for a stitch of the globe. It's quite to the contrary. That's the deal. Okay, so this is a reminder. Sorry, I'm going to wrap this one up.